Blunk, and now you're under my control.
We also have Jules in the house. What's up? What's up? Jules in the house. This is going to be a very difficult podcast to do.
Oh, really, dude?
Why is it being Jewish an insult to you, Nick?
I'm a motherfucking loster.
I give him a year.
That's what I mean. Imagine a world like this, where every day Bill D'Elia has to be bothered with this bull. Imagine that. Can't you see that working out nice? Imagine Bill D'Elia being so mad at his son Chris over this because he's embarrassing him all over town on his big projects. And Bill D'Elia, are you like, maybe you have to address this with your career because you're producing some big stuff, Bill D'Elia. I don't like how we're letting Bill D'Elia off the hook. And that Matt D'Elia. Woo! I wouldn't bother him, though. He's nasty.
Matt D'Elia is Jesse.
Jesse, yes. Matt D'Elia is, do you guys know Jesse, the film director? Skateboarder, long nose. He's like, hey, guys, sorry I've been away for a long time. I had to reorient my life. He's exactly like that. We came to that conclusion. Okay, here it is. This is a pretty funny video. The Golden Hour theme song stuck in our heads. The theme song worked. Brendan looking puffy. I could see why, every time I go, why do they hate Brendan so much? And I watch these videos. Oh, why do they hate him? He's bad. He's starting to look like his wife. Doesn't that kind of look like that lingerie picture of his wife?
Yes, they're a family
When I
now.
see this, like if I showed you this and the lingerie picture, you'd be like, that's the same picture.
They have the same lips.
Him and his wife are starting to look alike. Are they going to the same shot, Doc?
Probably, because he wouldn't know where to go.
Dear Mr. Shot Doctor, hi. Please give me shots and please give me my wife shots. The shot doctor, he's getting those little injections there. He's trying to even out his face because he's worried about it. Look at those lips. I mean, those lips are on the verge of being absolutely his wife's. And his eyes, right? Those are his wife's eyes. That's perverse.
One of his eyebrows is fully filled in and the other is unfilled.
It's
strange.
a very, he's got a very strange, and he's picking at himself. That's what it looks like. It looks like a face where he's in the mirror for 2 hours a day, picking at himself, trying to make himself look better day by day, but he's starting to derange himself with all the picking. All right, let's see this. Here's the Golden Hour. Have you ever watched this show?
My dad took me to Winter Park. That's about a...
Nope, they do a cold open. Here we go. Golden Hour.
We're friends that laugh. We're friends that shout.
Cheers, everybody.
Sometimes we don't know what we're talking about, but that won't stop us.
Brendan
Nothing
Schaub.
can stop us.
Eric Griffin.
Ooh, yeah.
And Chris D'Elia, of course.
Just rebrand it and
Oh!
get stronger, better,
In the bathroom, of all places. Yikes.
Love
When
that.
you feel old, Yeah, but you also know who he is.
You do.
Even if you don't, he's such a character. He's Theo's evil brother.
Speaking of Theo, if you don't know what the Golden Hour, it's the remnants of The King and the Sting. Theo Vaughn and Brendan Schaub had The King and the Sting, remember? And then they added The King, the Sting, the Wing, and the Thing, Eric Griffin. And then Theo goes, I got to get out of here. These people are all like the most hated guys. And then he split to go work on his therapy from being addicted to masturbating. And then now you guys are stuck with Brendan Schaub, Eric Griffin, and Chris D'Elia. None of these people have any chemistry with each other. They're all kind of equally retarded and dim. And none of them really, it's like when Compound Media has like a meetup and you could tell, oh God, they're all like hanging out with each other. They think they like each other, but they're all in their own hell, knowing that they've sunk in this low to hang out with each other. There's a lot of groups like that. You know who's got a group like that? Those Kleins.
And it rules the most because it's killing Chris to be on a podcast with these two.
Yes, because Chris, remember,
he's there.
Chris wanted to be Keanu Reeves. Chris wanted to be an action star. Now he's stuck with these two losers. He's listening to Brendan. He could barely pay attention. And then you got Eric Griffin figuring things out for the first time. With his basics that only Eric Griffin could perfect. And you got to sit there. You want to shoot yourself in the head being stuck in this room. Being stuck in this room is its own hell. And as the numbers dip, like I said, we'll go over these numbers. They're very low. Well, this one has a lot of views because everybody tuned in to see Chris's facial expression to see what he was like, but typically very little views.
But 89K is still pretty low.
89K is low for these guys.
Comedy's biggest stars.
Yeah, these guys used to remember Fighter and the Kid got near $1 million an episode. D'Elia's show was getting over $1 million per episode. Eric Griffin, 42K King. 42K King. So the show should be much bigger than this. And remember, this episode is only 89K because this is the big Chris D'Elia episode that everybody's been clicking all day and night. All right, let's just watch a little bit so you can get educated. It's actually a extremely bizarre and boring show. It's very hard to get through usually. This is probably one of the better episodes.
This is my first time watching a full episode.
Yeah, this is one of the better episodes because you have something to track. Chris, you could track him, as Melton describes it. So, it makes it exciting. Okay, here it is. This is what the show's like.
He's such a character. He's Theo's evil brother.
He started on that
he looks
VH1
like Theo's
show.
evil swint.
Actually, how did he start? He's a rapper.
No, he started on From G's to Gents on MTV, and he was hilarious on that.
Right.
He got eliminated after like 3
If you
episodes.
can believe
We got
it, they're
an
talking
MTV
about
tattoo.
Riff Raff.
Riff Raff. Yeah. So they
Everything
it's open
is like
magazine.
this.
Everything's like this. They're always looking up at the TV. Chris is always, Chris doesn't really know a lot of references. He doesn't really know a lot of stories that are going on. Like, Chris doesn't know what's happening on Twitter. He doesn't know what's going on anywhere. You know what I mean? It's kind of out of the loop. And the show kind of, you even see their own fans saying, man, Chris has really lost interest in this show. Chris hasn't been the same. And I think it is, yeah. It's like, how could you even have fun in a room full of tards like this? Okay,
He must be in hell.
let's just give it a little play, and then we'll see what happens.
Bad Baby. Like, the first person who got famous by being a silly guy. But
A
then,
little bit. And then you remember that movie James Franco did, Spring Breakers?
Yeah.
He sued the production company because James Franco
Used his likeness?
Oh man,
So he sued
T.
him?
Yeah, pretty sure he sued him.
Really? Wow. That's crazy. I don't think you can do that. Or I guess you
It's
could.
like they just have to say something, right? He got sued? Wow. Oh, that's amazing.
Like, every line of this podcast is like, one of them is just going to go, all right, that's it. But then
I
they
know, you
manage
always
to
think they're going to go,
pull
okay,
through,
guys, I
right?
can't do this. This is just stupid.
Especially
We have no
Chris.
chemistry here.
It's
He
close
used
enough.
all his shit, like the looks, everything.
Yeah. No, I
He's like
remember
unique
that.
Look,
I
the,
remember
like, his
that.
sayings.
I remember that.
It's a good
yeah.
movie, man.
Was it?
Oh, man.
Really?
Can't wait. You watch The Lamb, but not Spring Breakers?
I don't know. I don't
Gay.
think I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, it's a good movie.
Has
See, that's right. You don't know what's going on.
This guy?
Oh,
they
yeah.
did the
oh, yeah, yeah.
podcast.
You have the same mom. Yeah.
No, because I was going to say, this is probably like a weird,
Chris doesn't watch any movies because he doesn't have a TV. His wife is so kooky. No TVs in the house. It's got to look that traditional. And here comes Eric Griffin, this putz.
And it
I mean, they
was-
don't honestly really look alike. It's just
No,
the fact
but
that,
it's like there's
Yeah.
like a persona.
Yes, for sure.
Their mannerisms
100%.
are the same. He had a mullet forever, and then he was Riff Raff swole. He was doing steroids for a while.
So they're joking around, they're goofing, they're doing the usual.
Oof, this is literally the tone you take when you're on a Zoom call with your aunt.
Yes.
There's a long pause and you go,
Yes, that's what I mean.
"So
The
what's
show
going
is
on with
so
you?"
unbelievably boring. And that's why it's great to see those numbers just fall. And I think people are just, this is it for this type of show.
Better than
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
So he got frustrated.
You're better at words than a guy who will throw a chair.
yes, exactly.
And you have a
yeah,
mic.
yeah.
I got the response I wanted.
Yes.
He ran up, rushed the stage, he grabbed the chair, threw it at me, and then I just went blank because I picked the chair back up and I threw it at
killed him?
him.
Good.
You went
Killed
blank,
three
you
people.
killed
There's
him?
no
God,
leadership.
shut the fuck
I think the
up.
biggest problem with the show, there's nobody in charge. Like, nobody knows.
Brendan usually ends up taking charge because Griffin is too stupid
Exactly.
and Chris couldn't care less.
Exactly. So
then it's-
Brendan is like the guy in charge. And then these two are zoning out. Chris is always half asleep. I mean, Chris is looking monstrous, by the way.
Like, come on.
Like, look how fucking.
We also have Jules in the house.
Jesus
What's up?
Christ.
What's up?
Look how despicable he's become. Imagine having the Rolling Stone write that about you. I would move to Belleville. You know where that is?
Where?
Belleville. It's a hellhole. Trust me.
So Chris is having fun. I mean, he's in a shitty mood because he's on the show. He probably knows the article is coming, but he's trying to bury it. Blah, blah, blah. They're getting fake laughs. Now at 22:15.
Yeah.
We see him check his phone for the first time.
Yeah, so we're watching, and it appears that the news of the article comes out while they're taping this, and we get to see Chris's reaction to the article being released. That's the theory right now. That's the, what do they call that? You know. The rumor. What's the big rumor? Okay, here it is.
I mean,
Watch.
the eunuch's alarming.
Yeah, but that was in then. That
I
was
don't
the
know
shit.
if that's ever.
Here's
It was,
his phone
dude.
right there.
No. I actually look pretty good right now.
Your hair's long. Your hair's
looking all
long.
right.
Now.
No, you look like you belong in Charlie's Angels.
Well,
right there.
Oh.
Hair's super long.
Yeah.
Do you see what they've done here on this show, by the way? They're just... Look what they put
Plus,
in
they're so bad.
in
Why
post.
wouldn't they at least put Chris on the other girl whose hair looks more like his?
Well, this
Instead,
is
they put
crazy.
it on the girl who had the long
They're
blonde
looking
hair.
at an old picture of Chris D'Elia, okay? And they're doing this, like, live as the show's being taped. They're looking at an old picture of Chris D'Elia, and then this happens.
No. I actually look pretty good right now.
Your hair's long, dude. Your hair's
looking all
long.
right.
Now.
No, you look like you belong in Charlie's Angels.
Well.
Right there.
So Eric's joke that he made, you look like you belong on Charlie's Angels, very weak joke. In post, they made a Photoshop of Chris as Charlie's Angels and edited that into the show to give you a visual of Eric's great joke. No wonder Hella Mark Harley had to give up. Making him do stuff like that, it's not necessary. Okay, so let's see Chris check his phone for the first time here.
Your hair's super long.
Yeah, well, okay.
That is so stupid.
I'm not even going to argue with that. That's kind of cool. Oh, this guy's got a mustache. What's
Fuck
up?
yeah, dude.
Oh,
I think
wow.
we should all grow mustache. Look at chin.
Yep.
That's Eric 5 years ago.
Wow, yeah, so he does.
He grabs his phone. Is this the first instance?
Yep.
Here he is grabbing his phone. Let's see.
Look really ridiculous. Wow.
Yeah.
Chin looks more like the soul guy.
And they cut away for a second, but
than
then
any
go
of us
back
in
to
here.
him.
Thanks, dude.
Look at him. He has the mustache and glasses with the hat.
So like he should
And do you guys know too? Are you reading the article now and just telling yourself, just keep working for these guys. These guys are okay. Just ignore all the articles about the rapes. Just ignore all the videos, all the unsatisfied customers. Just keep it. I mean, can you guys grow a spine? Is this rewarding to be on the shittiest podcast with the three
It's not
shittiest
going
guys on?
anywhere.
Are you having fun? There's no future in this, kids. You come work for me.
And you're not leveraging this for a better role.
No,
somewhere else
I mean,
because
this is
it's
going to
with
end
Chris
when this is
D'Elia.
over, and you guys are looking at the numbers right now, probably. We're talking about their interns who blindly stand by their side. I mean, these guys, you can't make them turn. This Chin, we've tried. Boy, have we tried. I begged with Chin. I took him out to dinner. I begged. I grabbing his leg as we walked.
He wouldn't listen.
We went to Tao because of his ethnicity. It's his choice. He said, meet me at Tao. We can discuss. I go, oh my God, maybe he'll hear me out. This is me. Please, please. Ah! And then and he like fixed his suit and he's like, get him out of here. And then the Tao guys threw me out. So, yeah, like I said, I don't know how much longer these goons are going to stay by the side of these scumbags. Like, what's in it? How is this any fun? You can't even tell people what show you do. Oh, yeah, I do the Chris D'Elia Brendan Schaub podcast. Heard of him?
It's like, come on.
Okay, let's see Chris checking his phone.
should just let his hair go, right? You should just. Oh,
Not yet.
This is- it's
not
o-
yet.
it's over,
He's
right?
fourth in inches.
Oh, my God.
He's fourth
look
in
at
inches. Keep it going.
Yeah. What's up with this?
But
guy?
when your hair,
Pretending to be involved in the competition.
Yeah, what's up with this guy?
Yeah, that
what's up
guy.
with this
Yeah,
guy?
he's a crazy guy. What's up with this? And then it's like you bend your face into that position.
Can't you control?
Keep it cool.
He might have
Here,
Tourette's
watch.
also.
Here, this is me reading about how the whole world knows I raped children. We've got an amazing show coming up. You guys ready to party? You'll never know. Chris is like, fuck. Oh, yeah, that? Yeah, that guy. He's nuts. I just can't believe it's like you only see that in movies. Remember, I always used to say it's like the guy where you like accuse him. Hey, did you just steal my car? I. How about start with the don't say I. Say no. Here, I'll show you an alternative example of how this could go. Hey, did you just steal my car? No. Gotta go. Because I'm still very nervous. I mean, I just committed grand larceny. But yeah, it's like you don't gotta wear everything on your face, you jackass.
I think he might have Tourette's too. Just
Yeah,
like
you
Griffin.
might have-
He ticks a lot in this.
Yeah. And look at your vampiric, fucking
He does
disgusting.
these eyebrow twitches that are like insane.
Oh, you look like Bill Maher's dream of what he thinks he looks like. When Bill Maher looks into his mirror, it shows this.
And he's so happy.
Gorgeous, darling. I mean, you really look like one of Bill Maher's disgusting hair dye gone wrong days. Okay, let's see what happens with Chris checking his phone. And I think Brendan knows this news is coming, and I think he notices that Chris is into his phone now. Because remember, Brendan's the professional leader of the show, believe it or not. So I think he could feel that Chris, oh, okay, the article's out now. Chris is, and he's going to power through it and be the productive leading host. But now he's kind of ticked off that Chris is just checked out, which you'll see coming up later. And then they got to talk to this asshole, this poor sack of shit. And what's your excuse, sir, for liking these three? Do we need to come to your house? What kind of car is that? Looks economy. You want to keep living an economy life? Switch over to Red Bar. Get rid of that car. Get rid of that car. I could see this bullshit right here. Look at this. I wouldn't lean my head against that if it would save my life in a crash. I'd rather die. I'd rather my head snap back than be seen with this bullshit. Peeking out. Was it $6? You pathetic puke. Chris is fine. Brendan's fine. I could see maybe somebody accidentally likes
probably
Eric.
Pay people around LA
Yeah, they
on the
probably just go on
street to call
Fiverr.
in,
Hey,
because
will you
they've got
pretend to
huge
call in?
things at the bottom of the thing that's like, do you want to be involved in the show? Call in now. And pretty much half the show is responding to these call-ins.
Would you like to
could
be
there have that
involved in a
many
crash? Would you like to be involved in a disappearance? You sick. Look at him walking around in the daytime. Doing his fucking beta-ass puke life. Disgusting. All right, let's see what happens here.
Your forehead
Watch
starts
Chris.
at the top of your head. I think it's over. You know what I mean? Right?
Okay, we'll get
Holy
Chris and
boys.
Brendan.
I like his
Boy,
freckles.
Your 47th chromosome, Andrew Santino.
So Chris is just on his phone. I mean, he's totally checked out of the show. The show doesn't matter. That's how little all three of them think of this show, by the way. This is a hang on for dear life backup account. That's how you got to look at it. They do not give a fuck. They're like, hey, we'll get the patrons, we'll get the fucking ad money. And are you lying to your old advertisers? Like, are they paying you the same? I really hope not. I hope the advertisers have been updated on the view counts, because I feel like they might still be getting the money from the 500K days. I could see them doing that, sneaking around. They're getting 22K. It's not enough to pay the bills. All right, keep an eye on Chris.
What do you say
What up,
about
Golden Boys? It's your boy here, 47th chromosome, Andrew Santino.
Look at him.
Just want to thank you again for roasting the shit out of my hairline.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
did before.
thought we.
know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I thought so.
Spligak looks like I got my wig pushed back. Whatever. Anyways,
He's twitching.
about to head to Costa Rica with my family and got me thinking about the past trips that we've taken.
What are you
I
doing?
wanted to know a little bit about your guys' favorite trips growing up as kids?
Whoa! This is a psych. That's insane. I mean, he can't control it. His eyebrows were going like this. And then his eyes, so he's just like an autistic loser. Whoa.
Jeez, I was chilling.
Fake paying attention.
Click back the 2 arrow keys between the flashing frown and smile.
Wait. Oh my God. Wait, we're zooming in on that. Watch this GIF. Oh.
He's possessed.
Only Kanye could do a turn that quick.
Fuck.
Oh. Oh, this is what you've become. Ooh, that's enjoyable.
I know.
This is like playing the new LA game where you shoot zombies as a black guy that I got, that I'm good at. Okay, there's Chris. You can see him acting heinous. And imagine you're going through this. You just pick up your phone and they're saying, oh, you raped 10 women. And then you got this jackass cackling.
So annoying.
3 feet from you, this jackass is cackling and couldn't be. You know how mad that would make you? You're sitting there like worrying the fuck about your future, your whole life, your family, your friends all seeing this shit. You're worried about getting canceled, all your tour dates going down the drain, losing everything finally all and for once. And then this fucking asshole is laughing it up about some stuff that isn't even funny in the first place, ever. And then this idiot who knows you're in trouble, but yet gets caught up in the retardation of Eric Griffin still and doesn't help you out at all, or a call for a break maybe, so you could see the article about you about the 10 women. It's okay to take a break. They weren't live. None of this had to happen. Believe me, if you make Rolling Stone for 10 women, you're allowed to break. So, but it serves them right.
And wouldn't it look better for you to not have a show that day? You're just determined to keep going.
Let's see what he does next.
I wanted to know a little bit about your guys' favorite trips growing up as kids.
Oh.
Or just indoor best vacations you guys went on growing up. Love the show. Keep it up, boys.
Thanks,
It does
bro.
feel like he was mid take his wig off.
Yeah.
And then somebody was like, you have a call. He was like, oh shit. Okay. Hey, golden guys, you know.
This went on IG Live. His friends are the same friends as John.
Whoa, stretch it out.
He wasn't ready.
Oh, did you see that stretch? Wait, that stretch went from a stretch to worry.
He was like, you have a call. He was like, oh shit. Okay. Hey, golden guys, you know.
This went on IG Live. His friends are the same
Okay. So it's a smile stretch, but watch what it does right at the end.
friends as John Morant's friends. He wasn't ready.
Oh! He's like gonna puke. He's like. Watch this again. This is a nut stretch.
This went on IG Live. His friends are the same friends as John Morant's friends. He wasn't ready.
Oh man.
Fuck, he's gonna hurl. And then you got this ass again, babbling on about nada.
How stupid is this guy
what?
now?
So
Just the dumbest guy ever. Just dumb.
Chris is on his phone. You can see him in the
remove those
corner
people
there.
from your life.
That's what I'm saying. Because like we protect each other, so not that you would ever do anything, but if you guys were just off the cuff, we're bullshitting out
Pretending
there,
to listen.
Instagram live, you'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?"
Yeah.
So that's his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And people are like, "Oh, it's a racist
Oh.
thing." You know, if there's a white dude with a gun, no, it's not a racist
No,
thing.
it's not at all.
It's a business decision because what he represents for that team, they're paying him whatever $200 million a year. You don't want that part of your program. You don't want that reflecting your program. That's what it is. And here's the real
Look
problem.
at Chris.
He's losing out, and so go ahead and hit the showers. But he's losing out.
Okay, what's that about, huh? You see that? So Chris is like not contributing to the conversation. And it's almost as if Brendan knew, okay, yeah, it's because of the article. He's reading the article. And then Brendan says this.
And here's the real problem. He's losing out, and so go ahead and hit the showers. He's losing out on so much money.
Come on.
Go ahead and hit the showers. What does that mean? Go take a break? Get out of here? But it's almost in a dismissive way, too. Like, okay, you're not paying attention to the show? Then get out. Hit the showers.
Can any Schaub experts?
Yeah, does
explain
anybody
this?
know? Or is it some sort of inside joke that we're missing? Is he telling him to get out of here, go deal with your shit, but I'm annoyed with you? That's what I'm hoping.
He's losing out on, so go ahead and hit the showers. But he's losing out on
He goes, nah.
Why not?
In a weird way.
so much money because
I don't care. And then he goes, nah, I don't care about that shit. Listen to this. Go ahead and hit the showers. Nah, I don't care about that shit.
he's losing out on, so go ahead and hit the showers. But he's losing out on so much money because when they voted for the All Pro, the first team All Pro, he was left out.
You don't care about the FBI looking into your stuff.
Be insane to not care about the FBI.
Pretty worrisome. The FBI is looking into you. Nah.
I don't care about that shit.
You don't care about that shit? I think you cry probably a ton about it to the point where your wife thinks you're like a
and do you
pitiful
think that
slave.
he cries to her about it?
Yes.
Because that's like disgusting.
And I think she's probably like, like she thinks he's like a pitiful loser.
She has more power.
Yes, she has like more power. Yeah. So, okay, do we skip ahead here or do we keep
yes,
watching?
there's like a million times, but it would be exhausting
What are some of the
to
best
watch
ones?
all of them. I would say go to 3645. I'm only going to do the ones where I wrote big phone check.
Okay, here
because
we go.
there's about 40 mini phone checks.
This is what the last guy thinks his hair looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, no, this guy just combed it forward.
Yeah,
They have the same forehead.
I feel like this guy.
Look at that phone
takes
check.
His hair off like this at night. He just goes, and it's on the
we go.
thing, and he's like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
There we go.
What up, Golden Hour? Oleg here from Vancouver, Washington. Got a question for you.
Oh.
Whoa.
That was a lot of moves. That went like this.
And in the
that was like a
meantime,
digestive system.
Every second, he's like either hovering his hand over his phone about to check or like in the process of grabbing it or like about to grab it the whole time. And then these are the times where he actually looks.
That's insane. I mean, that's a lot of movement.
Family celebrate the Sabbath.
Oh.
Some of them are too crazy. Some of them, are pretty moderate with it. Her sister
Look at
is
it.
pretty fucking wild. They don't come over our house anymore because we don't celebrate the Sabbath. So they said, fuck that. And then
Oh my God.
come over their house
Whoa.
and warm up the food.
Look at his eyes.
I went to go warm up my food. She stopped me. She said, not in my house. So
a gulp? A visible
I've never
gulp?
seen anything like it.
what I need to do. Gang, buzz. Woo, woo, woo. Peace.
Okay.
you gotta live your life, man. Warm up the food.
My wife's Jewish.
Yeah, real quick, what's Sabbath?
That's
Black
the Black
Sabbath?
Sabbath is a band, yeah. And then the Jews were like,
Okay, do we skip ahead
Okay,
here?
you could go to 4150. This is the part that you asked me to find.
4150. Yeah, this was weird. And we decide that he's trying to, it almost seems like he's using a therapeutic tool to calm himself down here. He says something to Brendan that turns into more of a mantra for his own mental health. Listen to this.
I was like, why would you
Watch this.
sing that?
Not me, I like that.
I get my vote.
Like Disney Week, I was like, this is trash.
oh, that
Except
is
for the little
trash.
country girl.
That is trash.
I was like, this song, I've never heard it. Man, it was good.
Welcome.
She's gonna win.
The Moana
No,
one?
she's not.
You think
That's
Country
a-
Boy is?
Country Boys win.
One of them is.
Hands down.
Hawaiian dude's
I
out.
don't even worry about
Yeah,
it.
and only because he's a fat guy.
Should be all
And
right.
fat guys just don't win American Idol anymore.
Well, Ruben says, hold my donut.
Yeah, but that was so
Doesn't
long
matter,
ago.
right?
That was
Yeah.
a number. That was the second.
So what first looks like it starts with they weren't listening to him. He contributed. They didn't listen. And he goes, nah, that's okay. But then it's almost like he slips and he starts going, it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be all right. It's got to be all right. Watch this again.
Like he does bits like this where he's like, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Yeah, but
Like,
I think
that's,
he
like, one of his
lost
things, and then
himself.
he accidentally started using that as like a self-soothing.
Yeah, watch this. He slips.
This is trash.
Oh, that
Except
is
for the little
trash.
country girl.
That is trash.
I was like, this song, I've never heard it. Man, it was good.
Welcome.
She's gonna win.
The Moana
No,
one?
she's not.
You You think Country Boy is?
Country Boy's winning.
One of them is.
Hands down.
Hawaiian dude's
I
out.
don't even worry about it.
And only because he's a fat guy.
Should be all
And
right.
fat guys just don't win American Idol anymore.
Well, Ruben says, hold my donut.
Yeah, but that was so long
matter,
ago.
right?
That was
Yeah.
a number. That was the second American Idol.
Do you want to
what,
get
dude?
married or
okay,
run away?
And I'll do anything you ever dreamed to be.
Psycho guy. Creepy.
He's losing it.
Okay, were there any other moments of Chris acting freakishly ghoulish?
55-20 is the last craze. Oh, wait.
55-20.
First, we're going to do an Eric intermission where you get
Okay.
51-30.
51-30, and it's just going to be Eric talking about his spending?
Yes.
So we're very concerned over the financial safety of these guys. How could they be making any money with these abysmal views, a whole staff to pay? Each of them got 3 or 4 families that are all owed money. Eric Griffin constantly talks about how cheap he is with his brand new wife, Rachel. This is what's the time code here? 51-20.
51-30, yeah.
30. Here we go. Listen to what Eric does. Shocking.
There's people at home who have to like budget.
It could be worse. You
To
could be
live a life-
John
To live
Morant.
a life where you could just be like,
Oh, wait, I'm going to go back a little bit here because Chris is talking about how he doesn't check the prices of things anymore.
and we're
I'm in an
spending
infinity.
150 on
Yes.
Look at him,
So
by the way.
so the thing is
Yeah,
like,
look at
however
Chris.
much spend, it's got to be double.
Yep.
And
That
so-
car's fired. Tom Segura has one hooked up. Those GT4s get fast. You guys don't own cars
I'm not gonna. I'm never.
Yeah,
gonna, even if I could afford that, I would never get that.
until you
Yeah,
drive.
he's one of these, even if I could. So he doesn't even ever have faith in himself that he could afford nothing. He's one of these guys like Jim Brewer's like that, we learned. They know there's no churn. There's no churning this around. They've never seen, them be able to reach heights of those sorts, so they'd never think it's going to happen. So Eric says this.
So the thing is like, however you must spend, it's got to be double.
Yep.
And
That
so-
car's fired. Tom Segura has one hooked up. Those GT4s get fast. You guys don't own cars
I'm not gonna. I'm never.
Yeah,
gonna, even if I could afford that,
I
would
love
never.
that.
until you drive.
You know what I would do?
Well, you got a dope car.
And
You
I
have
know,
one
but-
coming.
Yeah, but no, but it's still like a
Yeah, pussy.
This is why I don't ask
SUV.
how much things are. I just say to my business manager, "Hey, I'm going to buy this. Can I do it?"
Yeah, I don't like to know how much things are.
Ooh, that drove Griffin wild. He cannot believe that there's even a world where anyone could be able to do something like that. And this really sends him off.
It makes me feel bad.
Yeah, me too.
I don't wanna know.
such
And
an
Chris,
idiot.
your business manager is
So-
going to be saying, I can't for the next few months.
Okay, let's see what Griffin does with this information that Chris could buy whatever he wants.
This is even worse. Just even
Yeah,
saying that out
probably.
loud. It's like there's people at home who have to like budget.
You.
It could be worse. You
To
could be
live a life-
John
To live a
Morant.
life where you could just be like, just get it. Don't even tell me.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, that's like Rogan.
I do feel
If you're
guilty
like,
about it
If you're like, how
sometimes,
much
though.
it is? He's
So
like,
thanks for that.
I don't know. He just goes, I don't know.
I do feel guilty sometimes spending money, though.
Oh,
Thanks for
every
Why is
purchase
that?
I make,
You
I feel
should.
guilty.
Hey, man. Thanks, bud.
Keep it 100.
Yeah.
You're gonna get to an age though where it's like,
Yeah, I know.
what I'm
I know.
saying.
Look at your finances.
That's good, though.
no, it's not about looking at the finance. It's just
No,
get to a
it's
point where you
just
just
you
go
don't need
like,
it.
I
He's
don't.
pulling the age card. He's going, well, because I'm older, you'll get to a point where you're going, man, spending money is the devil's deed. Imagine how much of a cheap, poor sap. Pathetic
kinda looks
fuck
like-
you've got to be like, man, I get irritated when I hear about these guys spending money.
I do believe that he would have cheap built into him no matter
Oh,
how
yeah,
much
that's
money
what I
he
mean.
has.
Yeah,
Like, It's not
exactly.
about him being poor, really. He's
Yeah.
just like a cheap ass.
It's perfect. Listen to this thing that he does.
like wasting food.
Yeah.
It's the biggest fight I have with my wife. We go someplace.
Get what you want.
Like the other day, she was like, let's go get burgers. And I was like, all right, fine. We get to the burger place.
Where'd you go?
It's this place in West.
How far of a drive?
It doesn't matter. It's strong with you. This episode.
No, keep going.
And then I go, well, let's just get one fries.
But she wanted to get, yeah.
And she was like, well, I want my own fries.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Dude, hit
No,
him.
you don't. Sweetie.
You don't need it. You don't need your own fries.
Sweetie.
And of course,
You don't need it. You don't need your own fries. How much is fried? Let's rip up the equivalent of a ton of fries, money wise. Oh my God! What? Oh my God! I got the best prank. Let's send Eric hundreds of dollars completely torn up. in an envelope. Be like, here, we got you some money. What the hell?
He would hate that.
I hate financial waste.
Send
That's
his
hilarious. So,
girlfriend
I mean, I just
fries.
can't believe the fry. That's...
It's like fries or
And Chris, by the way,
disposable
Chris ain't following. Chris is like, yeah.
What are we talking about?
I mean, Chris was served like the most expensive fries as soon as he was born. That was like his first food was like $40 hotel fries. And Eric's like, no, like, come on, you don't need the fries, right? You do this too, Chris, right? And he's like, yeah, I do that all the time. We just can't afford the fries. Yeah, right.
Oh, Eric.
I want to see Eric putz through this. Yeah.
I go, well, let's just get one fry.
Cheers,
But you
everybody,
wanted
to one
to get
fry.
And she was like, well, I want my own fries.
No, you
know?
don't. No, you don't.
Dude, hit
No,
her.
you don't. Sweetie.
You don't need it. You don't need your own fries.
Sweetie.
And of course, as I'm sitting there, and this is how I'm eating. I'm going like this now. As I'm watching 75% of the fries not get eaten. And she's doing this too, where she's forcing herself. She's like,
Oh my.
you know, because it's like to try
Chris,
to prove
don't
a point.
try.
And she's like, I'm full. I know. That's why you should have just got one fry.
I told
This
you.
is not relatable to them. Do you think this is relatable to the Disgusting Brothers? Do you know how much they spend? They're probably in like severe financial crisis right now, but they're still spending more money than Eric Griffin will ever make in his life, monthly. That's hilarious. And they're both like, yeah, man, totally. As Brendan like tries to undo his watch, hide it.
If we would have just got one fry.
I would have got two and been like, just don't eat mine, you know? I think it's good. I think it's good. Sorry,
Are you tie again?
I didn't want you to interrupt me. Keep
Oh,
going.
then Chris yawns, which really offends leadership. I mean, this is...
Fuck, I kind of wish we had
Talk
Hella
about
Mark
Leo
here with-
Dominique. This is Dominique right here.
Don't you miss Hella Mark right now? Like, I wish he was
I
here
know.
with us
We should-
watching
oh my
this.
God.
Fuck,
Wouldn't
what
that
are
be
we,
awesome?
Stupid? We should have asked him to
Me,
call
you,
in.
Hellamark on beanbags grading footage.
Watching
be
this
so
with
fun.
him, he would
Look at
have
this.
so much to say.
So he does a Rolling Stone style yawn.
You should definitely ask him if he has any thoughts about this new
Yeah,
Chris thing.
I
by the
will. I'll
way.
reach out to him this week. So here's Chris. He really wants this show to end. He's yawning, and that's going to piss off Senor Dominique.
Fry.
I would have got two and been like, just don't eat mine, you know?
Ooh, here he comes.
it's good. I think it's good. Sorry,
Are you
yawning.
tie again?
I didn't want you to interrupt me. So I had to keep.
Whoa! That's Shop's meanest face.
Dark Brendan.
Dark Brendan! Oh. Make the eyes. Do it. Look at Dominique.
Fuck. Wait, why is he Dominique?
Because it looks like some sort of transgender freakazoid.
Okay, got it. Sorry.
Dominique
I missed that.
Schaub, nigga.
Oh my god.
I mean,
That's
it really
bad.
looks like he's wearing a mask, especially through this mod. Like when I look at it there, holy fuck.
I get it.
Squint your
cats.
eyes, guys. Squint your eyes.
Oh my god, his cheeks get puffier.
Yes, squint your eyes.
Whoa.
Guys, everybody look at Brendan Schaub and just squint your eyes.
Oh my god, you can make him almost into like
Porcelain, like a porcelain figurine.
Oh really? I make
Oh.
him like have a really pointy chin and then like a huge Chinese cheeks and
Yes,
eyes.
yes.
Or you can kind of make him into FaZe Banks if you do it another way.
Wow, he is Banksy.
There's so many
Yeah, it looks like he's got an
possibilities.
Abraham
Yes,
almost
yes.
coming down.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Squint your eyes at Brendan Dominique Schaub.
So what are Chinese people seeing me as?
I know. I always wonder. We'll ask Lisa. Oh, look at his disgusting lips. Look at this mustache. That's a stencil, right? That he puts on and goes. Tss, tss.
Yeah, that's cinnamon.
Yeah.
He uses one of your cinnamon
Stencils. I
Mike
started doing
makes
cinnamon
stencils.
stencil cinnamon figurines in the
He
cappuccinos.
did one of a little smiley face, and it looked like the Joker, like the most demonic.
There's nothing wrong with that. And then
Fucked
today,
up
it
face.
happened by accident. Remember, I had the comedy
yeah.
mothership. Cool
Wow,
figurine
so you-
alien.
You probably created that coffee deity with the original smiley face, and now he's going to follow you in every cup you drink.
It seems like something like that. But I definitely want to get a coffee stencil of this for the coffee.
Keep going
Tie
through the
tie.
yawn.
Tie.
Oh, and did you see his face after that yelling too? So
Just don't eat mine.
does a yawn. Brendan
I
is
think it's
going to
good.
yell
I think
now.
it's good. Sorry.
Watch
Tie,
Chris's
I
face.
don't want you to interrupt me. So I have to keep going through the yawn.
Tie.
Oh, wait. He really, if I could just capture that here, we're going to zoom in right here because that's where it's going to happen.
I don't want you to interrupt me. So I have to keep going through the yawn.
Tie.
Oh.
Fuck.
Wow. Right?
He's tie.
Oh, and the head kept going. I was zooming out expecting the head to come. And it's like going. Oh my God, there's still head to go. Oh my God. Oh, is he disgusting? Okay, what's our next code here? Or does Eric keep talking about
the
this?
fry thing was it.
Fry thing was it.
I wrote extreme phone check plus neck twist and squint plus extreme facial rub that he tries to mask at 5520. That sounds good to me.
5520. Let's see this
But
one.
for every one we watch, there's like 40.
Yeah. 5520. Let's see this. Keep an eye on Chris
You
D'Elia.
lived with your ex after breaking up. We were together for about 7 years, engaged for about 2 years, lived in a house together, and decided to mutually part ways. Everything's very cordial, everything's very mutual. But that being said, she didn't want to move back to her parents' house. I was trying to keep the house. She wanted to stay there. And kind of made it work, kind of didn't. But that being said, we kind of entered that dating stage
he's
where
in hell.
I was dating other girls, she was dating other guys knocking on the door.
Imagine having to listen to this fucking nonsense while you're going through this, while you're trying to...
I know this, watching this back, I was almost like empathizing with Chris.
While you're waiting to find out what the rape article about you says in Rolling Stone.
I'm pissed, she's pissed,
Make this quick.
temper's flared, but that being said, I want to hear it. Can you live with your ex?
No.
In the same house after breaking up? Debate it. Let's hear it.
No, because especially if you're going through your slut stage.
All right,
if you just broke up in a relationship, you go through the slut stage. She's like, "Oh, you're an animal."
I'll bring the adult stuff after.
I mean, I've done it, but it's hard. Yeah.
So he's going through it this app.
Oh, and then you can go to 10240 for a funny little thing where Chris tries to end the show and they deny him.
Oh, wow. So he tried to get out early. I love something like that. 10240. Chris tries to wrap up the show.
This is very small, so
Let's
listen
see.
hard.
Let's see.
Maybe blur that.
You guys should do one together.
Okay.
All you gotta do is turn the gain up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it, right?
What she was all,
Yeah, but you know what I would do? It would be like
Oh, Brendan looks right over at him, too. He
Yeah,
goes,
and
well,
then listen
that's
to
it,
what
huh?
Brendan said.
Okay, let's see.
All you gotta do is turn the gain up.
Yeah.
It'll go back to them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's it, right?
what she was all,
Yeah, but you know what I would do? It would be like
more.
this.
One more.
Ew, Eric. That does not feel good in my head. Ew.
It was so tiny, but Chris goes,
You're a real...
"That's it, right?" And Brendan goes, "One more."
Oh, let's see. And Brendan looked pissed that Chris said that. I mean, look at him. Look at Chris. Look at Brendan. I've never seen... Oh, my God.
Yassified.
Jesus Christ. Girl.
Someone do
We ain't in the show, girl. Holy fuck, dude. All right.
You know what I would do? It would be like
Oh,
this.
he really
Oh,
liked
you
that.
paused right in the
Yeah, I
middle.
know,
Eric,
I know.
that does
Sorry.
not feel good in my head.
Bringing up the stopwatch or the...
Okay. Well, that's it, right?
what she was all,
Yeah, but you know what I would do? It would be like this.
One more.
One more.
One more.
It's like, why can't
Wow.
you just let him go? Brendan, you're
Crazy.
killing
Well,
him.
that's it, right?
what she was all,
Yeah, but you know what I would do?
Fuck, dude. That's a Egyptian darkness. That is freaky.
then
I didn't know he looked like that.
Yes, every time I see him, it shocks me again.
That's really weird looking. I hope he knows that. I hope he's fully aware that it's getting weird.
He may have been
He's
told.
turning into like Michael Jackson level where he's doing like weird stuff to himself. This is all like clay that he's put over his face to whiten himself. He's going through Michael Jackson level dysphoria. I mean, I don't even know what I'm looking at here. That's super freaky. All right, let's take a quick little break. When we come back, the numbers, the finances, and Big Mike Kalen.
The glow shirt could do to you. 5K for your suit, but it ain't even suing you.
Okay, so yeah, that's where Chris D'Elia is right now in hell, and the numbers are getting very low. Look at these findings here. I mean, just look at this. The Fighter and the Kid, 3 days ago, 30K views.
I was shocked to see that.
Isn't that crazy? Look at this one. Here's another video. 5 days ago, 37K views. This is The Fighter and the Kid. This is Brian Kalen and Brendan Schaub. Both of them got 2 families. So, very shocking.
Didn't
we go
they
over
used to get like 600, 700K, or am I crazy?
No, they used to. Yeah, definitely. Maybe even million on some episodes. Here's Brian Callen's Patreon. Now, remember, the last time we checked, it was at a very low 380. Remember that? The last time we checked Brian Callen's Patreon, it was at a nice 380, 385, very low number. Okay. You guys want to see what it's at now? Look at this. Here we go. 260. So what they're doing now is usually it's $5 a month, but with 260 members, you're not really making much at $5 a month times 260 minus fees. So he's offered a $23 a month tier in hopes to make up for the missing numbers. Okay, well, that's a very scary financial future.
And scroll down through his post to see proof of Big Mike Callen, if you're interested.
So here we go, Big Mike.
It should be one of
Callen.
There it is.
So here it is, Cruising with Callen, episode 3, Big Mike Callen. There it is.
I think I'm going to be listening to that this week. I'm so curious.
He's exactly like Big Mike, I hope. So yes, Big Mike Callen, very stupid. Name for a dad, of course. So yeah, Brian Callen, 260 Patreons, 30K views. God knows what's happening with him over at Crowder. And then, of course, all he's got left is the dwindling Steven Crowder, who's in some big trouble of his own.
Oh,
so Brian's in a bad place. So remember, every time you see Brian, he's almost in a panicked state. I mean, think about this. Your podcast is getting 30K views. You got to split that and pay a staff. You've got 2 families to pay custody about. And 260 patrons at $5 a month. Remember, nobody is doing the 23 a month. That's a fool's fantasy. So remember, when you look at Brian Callen, that's what's going through his head, and he's trying to grab at anything he can to hang on. Very scary. Let's look at Eric Griffin's financial future. There we go. He's got a patron, $5 a month. He didn't know about no tiers or levels. He has 14 patrons. He's making a total of 83 a month. Eric, shut it down. So he must be worried. Now I understand the French fries thing. So there that is. And then, of course, let's see what else we have. Any more proof here? Golden Hour is very low. That's the show that we just watched. And then even Chris D'Elia's YouTube has seemed to notice a drop. The latest episode of his podcast only has 59K views. This guy was getting like 800K to 1 million, even after the cancellation. So his fans, the one that stuck with him, there are only 59K left. Let's see, the 78, okay. 86, 71. Matt D'Elia does better. His clips are getting 14K.
We also have Jules in the house. What's
up? So not very good.
And why don't you check out Theo's views since leaving The King and the Sting? I just texted you.
Yes, okay. Let's see that. Theo Vaughn, who left King and the Sting. Let's see how he's doing. Here's Theo Vaughn's videos. Wow, 517K, 284, 1 million, 1 million, 1.8 million, 2.2. Okay, so he's doing very well. That's what they should be doing. But 33K, $83 a month on Patreon. I mean, aren't these guys nervous? So you're going to see a lot of little projects coming out of these guys. Didn't Brian Callen have something new to offer? No. What is he doing with Crowder? What is his show on Crowder? Have anybody seen that?
He's the third chair, man.
No, but does he do, like, Crowder made it seem like we're bringing Brian Callen onto the network.
He does Crowder work.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. Well, what does he do? I want to know. Like, is he just the third chair? Or is he making content on Crowder's Mug Club network that we haven't seen? I'd love to see the content that's exclusive for the Mug Club, if anybody could get me that. Or is it even better? Is that all it is? Is that Brian's
would rule.
Now the third chair? You know, a job where Dave Landau gave us the figures. It was about $1,000 a year for that job. $1,000 a year and no talking, and you pay for your own flights. He's got to be there every week. He's got to fly to Dallas. Imagine flying to Dallas, glamorous Dallas. But when you get there, it's Steven Crowder and company. What a nice vacation to do in the middle of December while two families are waiting to see you. Two families, and you're flying to Dallas.
How does he have the time?
To see Papa Crowder.
And you have to sit right beside his huge
You have
dad,
to sit beside
you.
his dad, his giant dad, who makes you look like a toddler. Hello, Papa Crowder. You're a man. I'm a man. You're no man, boy. You're a little one, aren't you? Oh, Papa Crowder, don't hurt me. Papa Crowder, don't hurt me like that. So they are doing low. If anyone has any information on more embarrassing downfall stuff like this, their numbers, I love the financials. A lot of people, they don't express how the financials get them so giddy. Like a lot of shows, they would love to gossip about that. They don't have the heart to look people in the eye and say, tell me those numbers are low. Tell me they're hurting. So that's my favorite stuff. Please send us stuff like that. So the show
and Chris is on like a big tour right now where he's selling at all these theaters. Like,
well,
is he gonna
one of
have
his theaters
these
just got
gigs?
canceled. We saw that. So they canceled one of the shows. Maybe the other theaters are pending. But yeah, his shows were doing well. But now they're getting canceled because of the Rolling Stone article. Insider started writing an article, a separate thing.
Except for Insider's headline was like, Chris D'Elia tells a bitch to get on her
They're
knees.
so bad at this.
And
It's like, guys,
oh.
you gotta do better than that. People aren't going to care.
You have to be like, he's systematic. What would be the best thing you could say?
I know, that's what I meant.
A lifelong
That's what I was trying to
pattern
come
of
up with. I don't want to
manipulation
know.
and abuse.
Yes, exactly. It's got to be a shock. You really got to sum it up in like 2 sentences because people are barely listening at this point. They don't want to hear.
I think people keep forgetting it's like there's 10, there's 20. There started with 50 million tweets trending on Twitter. Like, this isn't a one-time situation. He's like the most prolific.
Well, this is great.
sexual
That's all you want. This is all you
assaulter.
need to happen. He's already in the hell. You saw it there. Just keep at it. Just keep making him have to deal with it. You know, that's punishment enough. Just to have to deal with. Imagine having to deal with 10 allegations every 3 months for the rest of your life. Everywhere you go, you got to deal with this shit. That's terrible. Okay, let's